Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we currently have the maximum that we can get de jure. So we're just going to have to expand via other illegal means. But expansion isn't really our primary goal right now. Let's tick on forward because our primary goal is to get all of our holdings over this way built up, and we need to start building new holdings fairly soon. So we're going to need a building here, and if I recall correctly, a building here. Yes. We need monasteries here? Correct. Monasteries. Okay, so that's all well and good. I want to double check all of the rest of these. Okay, we're going to need something here as well. So it's this one, and I think that's all of our small holdings maxed out that are within our two duchies, to be clear. We're not doing anything beyond our two duchies at this moment. So we're up to 17.8 income per month, and we can definitely bring that up a little bit. So we're going to look to get one of these back eventually. We already have Avaricious here. We could take Cutting Cornerstones to drop costs a bit. Sounds good to me. Sure, we'll visit the Royal Court. What do we got here? We'll gain Court Grandeur. Perfect. Okay. So we need to get our organization done out over here. That's very clear. The unfortunate part about that is we are on Confederate partition, and this is going to be a huge mess when we have a succession. Absolutely huge. This is the main problem here. Now, we could start working on disinheritance. That's expensive. Imprisoning is an act of tyranny, and we can do it. So 150 renown per child. I'm not as concerned about the prestige, although that's also a lot. 300 prestige. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this guy's the leper. He will probably eventually die. Eventually. How do we want to handle this succession? It's gonna be tough. There's not much we can do about changing our succession law right now. It's way too early in the game for that. Would be a lot easier if we were going to be primogeniture, but obviously that's a very, very, very long ways away. So that's not going to be a thing. And instead, we should come down here and certainly construct... What, desert agriculture? Yes, desert agriculture. Okay. So that'll be good. Let's save the money for now. Cool. And then there was this one here, which needed pastoral lands. Now, I believe all of our barony holdings, all of our non-castle barony holdings, are now maxed out. Well, not necessarily maxed out. We can go to level 2 monasteries for some of these, but they're all they have all of their building slots full, is what I mean to say. So at this point, we can start working on castles like this one. Now, it's currently constructing a small hill fort. We don't necessarily want that. We'll have to swap that out later. But we could definitely build, say, a trade port here. Cool. We could do the same thing over here. Trade ports are very, very important to us. And I'd love to do the same thing here. Unfortunately, we don't have the cash for it at this moment. But we're up to 18.1 gold per month. So we're making good progress on that one. We gain 65 gold. Or we just get an act of tyranny. And honestly, that's what we're going to do. Cool. So this up here is part of our military duchy. Gotcha. So we don't actually want a trade port here. I don't... well... maybe we do. Farms and fields would end up generating us 2.6 and getting us 5% development growth. A trade port would end up getting us 1.7, but 40% development growth. So I think that that's ultimately more worthwhile for us. Development will increase our levies and our taxes. So I think that the trade port is the way to go for this coastal province. Cool. So we just discovered our exposure here. What got re-exposed? Banis? Okay. It's not great. We can't really control that. It is what it is. Sure. Mots are going to be done in 4 years. At which point we're going to be able to build more castles. Sure, show this guy in. Cool. And then down in Marrakesh, we may as well get our camelry constructing. We may as well build it. Cool. This castle here is going to require farms and fields as, I think, the top priority. This is, after all, an economic castle here. Yes, just double checking that. Okay. Cool. So we'll get those upgrades going. I do want to swap out this small hill fort eventually. And we're going to want to swap this small hill fort as well. So this county will need to come back to us. And I mean, we can't revoke right now. We don't have limited crown authority or better. Can we bump up our crown authority? We require plenary assemblies to do that. And in order to get plenary assemblies, it's going to be some time. After Mots, we're certainly going to go for crop rotation. That's very, very clear. Okay, we do need a new chancellor. That will be this guy. We're going to remain at peace for a while here. I'm not expecting to go to war for quite a while unless we see good opportunities. Nothing here that we can legally do. Nothing here that we can legally do. This guy has a claim on something. Okay, right here. We are allowed to press vassal claims under the rules of this game, if I recall correctly. Let me double check the video description of the last video where I put the laws in there. Let me see. I just want to double check on this. Only de jure CBs or pressing existing claims allowed. Fabrication disallowed. Invitation of claimants disallowed. Inheritance and pressing inherited claims allowed. Basically, you can only take territory if you have a legal claim to it, and you're not allowed to fabricate those claims. They must be legitimate. Now, we can't control what our vassals do. He may have fabricated this claim. But based on my reading of the rules that I wrote, so I'm assuming I'm interpreting them correctly. Based on my reading of that, this is legal. So we could do that. That is an option. Wait a second. Oh, I didn't realize this was de jure ours. Fascinating. So we can do de jures out over here. Fantastic. Can we do all of these simultaneously? 1873. These both have 1873? Oh, they must be allied together. Okay. So that would do it. There is a crossing here as well. Okay, I think we do these simultaneously. I did not realize these were de jure part of our kingdom. I should have, but I didn't. Okay, so we're going to raise up troops here. We're going to have to remember that we're going to be recently disembarked. So we're going to need our men-at-arms. We're going to need some levy troops. And I want at least... Oh, this is more than enough. This is more than enough. Hello, pause menu. Okay, so we're going to head in over here. Cool. And I'm expecting these guys to just kind of chill and not do anything. I actually want to attack here first. Cool. They're just chilling in their capitals, so this looks great. No problem here. So we eliminate that force. How much do we need to siege here? 312? That seems viable. We can leave these guys here while we come down this direction. We will take 149 casualties. I think that's acceptable. We'll defeat these guys. They should stack wipe here. So this war is now over. We no longer need to siege here. So let's come this direction. I'm not going to enforce the war deal just yet. Let's go ahead and debase the coinage. We'll gain stress, but it's okay. Only in solitude will I find peace. Cool. Okay, so we're going to win this battle. They will retreat to here. Beautiful. Up we go. We will begin our siege. Now they're going to retreat probably back to here. So we're going to have to be pretty quick about that. Okay, back we go. Fantastic. Now we'll see which way they retreat. Back up this way. Sounds good. This one, I think, should stack wipe. It's going to be close. Yes, it did not stack wipe. It was close indeed. Okay, we win this war, obviously. That just automatically happened. Okay. One of these days, we're going to stack wipe these guys. We're going to have to regroup this together, though, and send these guys. There we go. Cool. So we'll fight them up here. Still did not stack wipe. That's insane. How many times do we have to beat this army? That stack wiped. Cool. So we'll group these together, and this siege will be done in allegedly 5 months. I would like to get a siege commander here if we can. And we can. Cool. We had some good rolls there, too. Fantastic. So this war is over now. And we can enforce those demands. We will put in a better battle commander here. And let's head on up. Cool. So this is, of course, costing us a little bit, but it's fine. I do want to check over here on these castles. So we built this trade port. We definitely want farms and fields here. And the same thing here. Over this way, we want to build a trade port. So we'll get that going. Cool. But look at this. We're making 12.6 per month right now. Granted, we do have war profits here, but this is with our troops raised. Oh. Oh. She hired mercs. I should have checked that. That's going to retreat over to our capital. That's fine. We'll just raise up all of our troops there. And we'll go back in after we've recovered a little bit. This is fine. I just didn't expect that she would have had enough to recruit mercs. I should have looked. My own fault. So we'll grab faithful magistrates here. Fantastic. This guy died. That's actually a good thing. This is a less good thing, of course. This guy's the wrong religion. We could accuse him of violating the sumptuary law. I'm sure he would love that. Okay, we're going to head back out over here. I'm going to let our troops regenerate a little bit. Yeah, we'll let our troops regen here. And that will make this go away. I don't expect this to actually be a problem. Okay. So we know they had like... Or actually, we know they have 2,913 troops. So we want to wait until we've regenerated a bit here, for sure. You are a jerk. Yeah, different faith. $811 is apparently 50% strength. What? Okay, that's weird. That's very weird. So this guy has 782, that's 25% strength? Huh. Yeah, that math doesn't seem to work out all that well. They want to dissolve our faction. Okay. I mean, most of these guys are jerks that we force vassalized. Understandable that they're going to be somewhat upset. We're going to head out here. We've got 8 months until this dissolution faction happens. Okay, one of them just left the faction. That's a big deal. Oh, we can do that with Sufri. Can we do it with Zaidi? Well, maybe. Yes, we can. So this guy would leave the faction. Sounds good. Okay. So we're heading up over here. They're at 2904. And we'll be recently disembarked. Which isn't great. They have more men-at-arms counter. Their men-at-arms are pretty strong. We're rolling poorly. Well, actually not that poorly. They just have better men-at-arms than we do. That's fine. We'll retreat. Our heir was taken hostage there. That's not good. Okay. Well, we need to deal with this. That's very clear. So we're going to hire in... I'd love to get a holy order. Unfortunately, there's not one. They're 2689. We may actually end up losing this war because of those mercs. They have... That was a lot of gold for that. Like, that was a whole lot of gold that she spent on that. We know that it's like one of these guys, right? Probably this one. So she spent 800 gold on that. Wow. Okay, well, we'll hire our own mercs here. And I'm going to hire in... These spearmen, they have... quite a lot of cavalry. Seems okay. So, losing that battle was, of course, bad. Oh, actually... we can imprison her. It's an act of tyranny, but it's worth it. Consider it done. No problem there now. So now we're going to walk up over here, and we're going to try fighting them yet again. We're going to regenerate our forces a little bit on the way. I was hoping we'd get a reinforced tick. Okay, there it is. Good. A reinforced tick just before we go up here. We are now slightly in debt, but we are very likely to win this. Let's go. Oh, man. Okay, there we go. Now it's going correctly. Fantastic. So we do need a new steward. That will be this guy. Fantastic. So we win that battle, and that was only 12%. That's exciting. This guy can be imprisoned. we don't have good chances of doing that. But what if we were to do this instead? Consider it done. Cool. No problem there. We're going to get this siege done. Let's go ahead and swap over to this guy for a siege commander for faster siege events. That's a solid siege event there. 4 months remaining on this siege. That was definitely very awkward. No doubt about that. We can extort our subjects, and we will do so. Now, where are my loyal subjects? Cool. So we have 500 gold, and we need to decide what we're going to spend that on. So coming down over here, we can look at this castle. We definitely want desert agriculture here. So we'll get that building. This is maxed for the moment. This is maxed-ish. And we're certainly going to want to put in pastoral lands and camelry here. Do we actually have anything to replace that small hill fort with? Kinda no. Okay, good to know. Checking in here, farms and fields, and trade port. Okay. That all looks good. So the siege will wrap up in 50 days. We can also demand payment from this guy, which I will do. And we can ransom that. We're not ransoming her right now. I don't want that disillusion faction to be a thing. Cool. War is over. So we'll enforce those demands, disband our troops, and there's all of this territory taken over. So what is this duchy? 200 gold? For now, I'm not going to bother making duchies. We will do that later, for sure. So this has all of its holdings built up. Cool. This does not. We definitely want to build in a city here as soon as we can, which will be on the next month tick. This is also a ransom, which we accept. No, we would pay gold. Hang on. No. We don't want to do that. Okay, we can do this, though, and then get that city building. Cool. So with that city underway, that will help our income by a decent amount. Development growth in realm capital. Yes, please. What is our development growth here? Okay. Not too bad. A twist of fate. This guy died. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. This guy is now our heir. So if we look at our succession, it's, I think, slightly better. Slightly. I would very much like to get some disinheritances going, but it's very expensive. And taking all of this back is going to be very awkward. Very awkward indeed. We're going to go with someone like this, I guess. And then for our marshal, we will definitely put in this lady. Cool. Are we currently doing a county conversion? I don't think we are. We are mostly Zaidi at this point, but we have a few more conversions to do. Looks good. We just discovered Mott's, which allows us to construct new castles, which we're not really interested in doing right now. Does that also allow us to go to level 2 castles? No, that is battlements. Okay. Cool. So with Mott's finishing up, we probably want to go to crop rotation next. Oh, we're not the culture head. This guy's the culture head. He went for plenary assemblies. I guess that's okay. That's not the end of the world. Our rabid wife is now held against her will. Okay. Just looking through up over here, we should definitely, this is in our military duchy here, we should definitely think about building up barracks and military camps here. We're going to go for the military camps. Cool. So our succession is going to be very, very messy. I think there's no real way around that. and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. With that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to see if we manage to survive the whole episode or not, because that succession is going to be a spicy one. I think that's very clear. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, JJ Gamer, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, Atala, Jensgram, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.